Every time you drive, the most costly part of your diesel engine is quietly degrading itself, and 5 easy practices you follow every day are making it worse. The majority of exhaust gas recirculation system failures are not caused by wear or flaws, yet fixing them may cost thousands of dollars. They are the result of seemingly innocuous practices that, when continued, cause disastrous harm. While some drivers have issues with their EGR systems after just 60,000 miles, others get 200,000 miles. Knowledge, not chance, makes the difference. Press the subscribe button and ring the notification bell if you want to keep your engine operating well and save thousands of dollars in maintenance fees. If you have any queries concerning diesel engines or your experiences with EGR, please leave a comment below. Let's examine the 5 fatal behaviors that are gradually destroying your EGR system. Brief commutes of less than 10 minutes. School runs, brief excursions to the shop, and the short travel issue are all gradually degrading your EGR system in ways that most drivers are unaware of. The EGR system never achieves its ideal working temperature when you start your engine cold and only drive for a short while. Your engine never gets hot enough to finish its normal cleaning cycle, which makes the ideal environment for carbon accumulation. Consider using lukewarm water rather than boiling water to clean a greasy pan. Layer after layer is accumulated by the carbon deposits that ought to burn off during regular operation. Rich cold engines produce more soot and carbon particles by forcing more fuel into the combustion chamber than is required. Your engine develops a cascade of issues as a result of these particles coating your EGR valve. Rough running, low fuel efficiency, and that dreaded check engine light are all caused by the sticky residue that the EGR valve begins to accumulate and finally solidifies like cement. You may be saving money by falling for the cheap diesel trap, where gas stations advertise fuel that is 10 cents less per gallon, but in reality, you're giving your engine junk food and wondering why it's becoming ill. The additive package that high-quality gasoline offers is more important than price when it comes to cheap fuel. High-end gasoline companies spend millions creating cleansers and detergents that clean the insides of your engine while you drive. You are completely ignoring these necessary cleaning chemicals when you constantly choose the least expensive gasoline. Poor-grade gasoline produces a lot more soot and carbon particles that don't just go away when it burns. These particles jam your intake ports, coat your EGR valve, and cause a chain reaction of issues that affects your whole engine system. High-quality gasoline has detergents that actively reduce carbon buildup, burns cleaner, and leaves fewer dangerous deposits. The expense of cleaning or replacing an entirely clogged EGR system is much more than the little price difference at the pump, disregarding the need for oil changes. It may seem reasonable to strictly adhere to manufacturer service intervals, but such intervals are based on ideal driving circumstances that aren't realistic. Several harmful processes occur at once when you extend oil changes beyond what your engine really requires. Older oil degrades and loses its ability to lubricate important engine parts, increasing wear and causing metal fragments to flow through your engine. Your EGR system ultimately becomes contaminated by these particles, but the issues don't end there. The quality of combustion is also greatly impacted by degraded oil. Excessive soot is produced by poor combustion, and that soot requires a destination. All of this contaminants ends up collecting in your EGR system, hastening its breakdown. Instead of adhering to longer service intervals, drivers who change their oil every 5,000 to 6,000 miles report far less issues with the EGR. A new EGR valve with expert installation may easily cost over $3,000, while the additional oil changes might cost over $200 annually. The careless driving error. Never put too much pressure on your automobile. Gently accelerate. Reduce your speed and use your judgment. You are prolonging its lifespan. In reality, you're hurting it in ways you're unaware of. Contemporary diesel engines are built to run hot and hard on occasion. They need what engineers refer to as an Italian tune-up, which is a vigorous run that eliminates carbon buildup and thoroughly cleans the exhaust system. Your engine never achieves the temperatures and pressures required for self-cleaning when you drive like you're transporting delicate stuff all the time. For the EGR system to efficiently burn off accumulated carbon deposits, these sporadic high-temperature exertions are crucial. Carbon continues to accumulate in the absence of periodic cleaning cycles until the system malfunctions. Driving spiritedly on the highway sometimes really keeps your EGR system clean and functioning as intended, but this does not imply driving carelessly. Imagine it as your home. You would soon be unable to move about if you continue to accumulate clutter without cleaning. Using the wrong oil specs. It is a basic misunderstanding of the needs of contemporary engines to go into auto parts shops and buy whatever oil is on offer. Since oil is oil, when you use the improper oil specs, it's like giving your engine the wrong nourishment when it requires certain nutrients. Specialized oil formulations with low sulfur content and well-designed additive packages are necessary for modern engines with EGR systems. These lubricants are designed especially to deal with the higher levels of pollution that EGR systems naturally produce when in use. You're creating a damaging chain reaction of issues when you utilize standard oil or specs. During burning, improper oil produces additional deposits. These deposits cause your EGR valve to block more quickly, which accelerates the breakdown of the oil by causing additional combustion issues and deposits. It turns into a vicious cycle that eventually requires costly repairs. The oil specification is a must for the lifetime and correct operation of the EGR system. It is not just a recommendation from the manufacturers. Don't forget to interact with our content by enjoying this video and forwarding it to other diesel owners who may find it useful. We are able to provide more worthwhile stuff like this thanks to your support. Warning indicators. Your EGR system isn't working properly. Your EGR system will exhibit early warning indicators before the total system failure, which may prevent catastrophic damage and much greater repair expenses. The first sign, which is most apparent while waiting at traffic lights or in stop-and-go traffic, is harsh idling or engine reluctance. Because a partly blocked EGR valve makes it difficult to regulate exhaust gas flow, your engine may have trouble maintaining a constant idle speed. Another early warning indicator that many drivers ignore is decreased fuel efficiency. Your EGR system may be making your engine work harder than it ought to if you discover that you are filling up more often than normal. The exact air-fuel combination your engine needs for effective combustion is disrupted by a faulty EGR valve. Additionally, as you accelerate, especially while climbing hills or carrying big goods, you may hear metallic banging or pinging noises. This happens when fuel ignites at the wrong time because the EGR system isn't efficiently lowering combustion temperatures. Exhaust smoke that is heavy or black is another major warning sign. Despite its flaws, your EGR system is doing precisely what it was intended to do. That is, lowering harmful emissions and making your engine operate cleaner. To remain healthy and operate correctly across hundreds of thousands of kilometers, however, it needs your assistance when feasible. Reduce the number of short excursions you make each day and instead combine errands into longer travels that give your engine time to warm up to the right operating temperature. Rather than constantly going for the least expensive choice, spend money on high-quality gasoline with the right cleaning additives. Change your oil more often than the manufacturer recommends, particularly if you travel in difficult circumstances like dirt roads, stop-and-go traffic, or very hot or cold weather. Every now and again, give your engine highway workouts that will enable it to achieve the ideal cleaning temperatures. Always use the appropriate oil specification made especially for your engine and the needs of your EGR system. Your EGR component's lifespan may be doubled or tripled with these easy maintenance and driving adjustments, which can also save you thousands of dollars on needless repairs. Your EGR system will operate silently and trouble-free for hundreds of thousands of miles if you follow these instructions regularly. Ignore them and be ready for that costly repair bill, which will undoubtedly arrive sooner than you anticipate. For more cost-effective car advice, hit the like button and subscribe if this video improved your understanding of your EGR system. Tell everybody who drives a diesel car about this. When expensive repairs are avoided, they will be grateful. How have you found EGR systems to be? Have you overcome setbacks or discovered other ways to avoid them? Post your questions and anecdotes in the comments section below. I read all of them, and I often make movies based on your recommendations. Keep your engines robust and your repair expenditures low till the next time.